Hey everyone, it's Sean from QWERTY Comics. Thanks for stopping by. I am back from DC after going to Baltimore Comic Con with my friend Longbox Love Affair, and I wanted to just kind of give you a highlight of the convention, show off some of the books that I got, and just my overall feel of it, and thinking about if I want to go next year. For those who don't know, I did go to Baltimore Comic Con last year. I did spend a lot of money last year. Probably paid a little bit more for certain books, especially given the market now if I'm doing a comparison. But it's always an up and down with comic books. And if you want the comic, you obviously will buy it. I don't regret anything that I bought previously, so still very happy with my purchases. Though this year I went in with a different mindset. I knew that convention prices are always going to be high, and I knew that I didn't really want to try to find super big key books because I didn't really want to drop that, but I did want to see what I could get when I was there. And I did have my eye on a couple of things, but I didn't really have a list. One of the things that I did complete, I won't show it on here because it's a full run, but I did just want to grab the full run of Eternals because it's such a cheap series right now because the movie didn't do super well and it's no longer hyped. I actually grabbed the full run. I think it was around $50 for the full run, and the books were in really good condition. Found a great booth where I grabbed it. But I also, as I was going through the convention, I didn't really bring this whole haggling approach last year that I did go in this year, because I kind of knew how much I wanted to spend on something. If something was just astronomically high, I was just no, I passed on it. And then as we approached the last day, a thing that we noticed as we were going to the convention is that it was really quiet. So a thing with Baltimore Comic Con is that it was earlier than it normally has been, and so that threw off a bunch of people. But it also was on a weekend where there was a lot of sporting events in town, which was also a deterrent for people going into town. So it was just a lot going on. I was really busy in the city. And we ended up, staying at a hotel in Baltimore, which was totally fine, and, we could walk to it. But we did notice that there was less people there. And so I think that did also give myself and probably many other people the ability to, negotiate and try to find, a price that you'd be willing to pay. And so I think for a majority of the books that I bought, I didn't spend the price that they were asking for. I just asked, and, I got a pretty decent price on it. And so with further ado, I just wanted to kind of highlight some of the books that I the ones that I bought, and just kind of show off, adding them to the collections. I saw a lot of potential in the books for either cleaning and pressing, so I'm seeing that as an opportunity for them and adding them to the collection. But when I bought those Eternals books, I also, the booth had Fantastic Four 45 on it. Sorry, my glare is really bad. But, so this is the first Inhumans, and the book's in pretty decent condition. It does have some tanning, but I saw it as a book that could probably get some good cleaning and it would turn out really well. But I got a really good deal on this since the first appearance of the Inhumans is not super big, but I do love the cover, and so I was I want to add this to my collection. And I also found a really beautiful Kirby cover of Fantastic Four 57. I got this for $20, which is a steal considering what other booths were selling it for. I saw this for this is definitely a mid-grade book, but people were selling the mid-grade book for $200 to $300, which I was that's just so high. And I was super happy to get this. It is complete. I didn't see anything wrong with it. So I was super happy to find that there. I also found Thor 337, the first Beta Ray Bill. I got this for $10. It is a mid-grade copy of this. It does need a clean and a press, which I saw it as a potential to make someone else happy down the line. It's not going in my personal collection, but I did want to snag that up when I saw it. I wasn't looking to buy this next book. It was something that I just saw it and I asked the price, and I was like, really? Should I jump on that? And then I asked to look at it, and it's X-Men 94. So for folks who don't know, I already have 2 copies in my permanent collection, and the guy had a price of $300 on it, and I was like, what's wrong with it? And he's like, well, it's missing, the middle page is detached on the bottom, and as we were looking through it, it looks like that the middle page and the page after it possibly were detached, and I asked if he would do $225 for it. I didn't see anything else wrong with it. I think it's probably like a 550, but for that price, I think that's a great deal. So I'm super happy with that. I'm going to do a clean and press. Definitely get this graded. Again, I wasn't looking for it, and just talking to the person, I was like, oh, okay. I kind of want to get that. So I was super happy with this purchase. Didn't get this at a con, but Longbox and I, Monday and Tuesday after the con, we just kind of went to a couple of shops, and I saw this, and for $20 I picked it up. It's Marvel .1. It's the first print. It looks like it's maybe, I don't know, it has, this book's thicker, so it always gets the little like tears at the top and bottom. I don't see any spine ticks in it. It's pretty crisp. It's maybe a 9.6, 9.4, so I'm definitely going to send that out. I've always been wanting to get this to just complete the collection, to go with my Submariner run. I am probably going to get Invincible Iron Man #1 when I eventually get around to it. Probably won't get a high grade, but I did get that one-off Iron Man Submariner book. This has cooled off a lot, and I grabbed it for like $125. It's definitely like I paid what it's kind of going for, so I was like, this is great. I'll do a clean and press and add that to my permanent collection. I grabbed this next book for one of my brothers for the holiday. I don't know if they subscribe to my channel, so it might be ruining it. But Star Wars 1, this is the Whitman reprint, so it is not the first print of it. But I thought they would be really happy kind of getting this book because they like it. So snagged that up, and I'll get this graded for them just so that they have like a Star Wars official book. And then this was, I know the Ultimate Comics, the Miles Morales run, issue 1's kind of super hot right now, but you can get issues 2, 3, and 4 for a pretty decent price. And then this one was just kind of a steal. I think I got it for around like $25, $30. And it's, you know, it's probably like near mint, not near mint plus, and that black is really hard to get a crisp edge to. But I thought this was a good copy of it, so I snagged that up. Love these Pacelli covers. This one's super gloss, super shiny, so it's hard to see. And then the next, this was one of the books that was on my list, and I knew that I wanted to pay a certain price for it. I did not want to spend, you know, some of the booths were just, they were asking like $85 to $100 for this book, and I was like, I don't think it goes for that much in that condition. And then I was just hunting through this one booth where there were a lot of the comics are facing back and forth, and I just found it. So it's Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man 64, the first Cloak and Dagger. I got a great deal on it. The book is definitely up there. It does have some very, very minor parts to it. It's probably near mint, not near mint plus, but this would be great. I just wanted to have it in my collection. And then I found for like $8 their second appearance. So I think these are some really nice pairing for our books. So super happy with that. And then I did grab, I've been waiting for them to come into my store, but they just like haven't come in. I feel like people bought them and they just held on to them. But I did find the first cameo of Rain, and this is a Liefeld variant. Got 2 copies for $2 each. And then I, for $20, I snagged the first appearance of Rain, the first printing. So I think I have the like second and third printing of this, so I was like excited to kind of get the actual first print. I missed it when it came out that day. And then the next ones were sort of this like Iron Fist trifecta, but I wanted to get the second, third, and fourth appearance of Sabretooth, and my shop has just not gotten it in. I think Power Man and Iron Fist is sort of like a rarity in the area, so sometimes we see stuff come through, sometimes we don't. But I was looking for sort of like a VF grade on all of them, and I finally found, after hunting in so many booths, finding ones that like met my need with the price. But the issues are number 66, great orange and green cover, 78, and 84. So 84 is like the official like second cover of Sabretooth, like full. So I was super happy to finally get those. I'm gonna clean and press, get them all in. And then I scored a really great copy of Iron Fist 1. It does have a couple spine ticks. It's maybe like, I don't know, it's probably a VF. But the thing that was super exciting is that it was signed by Burns. So I was super happy to get that. That was $20. You know, this book a couple of years ago was going for like $100. So super happy about that. I don't know if the dealer knew that it was signed on the interior, but happy to have that. And then I know this book goes for a decent amount, but I found a copy of Real Ghostbusters 1 and I got it for $5. This one is definitely VF minus. And then I was trying to find a higher grade, but I keep finding them all in this like similar grade, but people were charging way too much at the con for it. But I found Giant Size Fantastic Four number 4 for $20. This is definitely a low grade. It does have a tear down here. I feel like this book I've yet to find in a high grade. I feel like so many of them, the spine just has like weird gluing on it. So I've yet to find one that I would pay a certain price for. So for now, this is going into the collection. I think I have another one that's probably about the same grade. Super fine with what it is for now. And then last but not least, I think I got this for a steal given the current like, I'd say calm in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the switching and changing of over everything. But I did find the first appearance of Yelena Belova in a CGC 9.8. Sorry, the glare. But I spent, what did I ask for? I said, can you do 75? And they said yes. And so I thought that was a steal, given that like most of this grading is like $30 alone. And then, you know, if I were to buy the book, it's probably maybe around 40, maybe 30. But that doesn't guarantee it's a 9.8. So I was just super happy to get this book 9.8, so I never have to like hunt for it again. So I thought that was a steal find, and I got that on like the second day, just at the end of the day. I could tell this one booth was, I didn't mean to like, I wasn't trying to gouge them in any way, but you know, they everything was like 40% off and no one was grabbing it. And I was like, oh, maybe they'll do like I saw them trend. They started with 30 the first day, and then it was 40, and so I was like, well, they'll probably do 50 the next day. And so what I asked for 75, it was actually something like, I think it was like a 55 to 60% discount off what they were pricing, and they just said yes because I guess they thought it would have sold already. So snag that. I do have a pile of other books over here that I grabbed, but a lot of them were like fillers, nothing super like critical, but I thought those would be sort of like the key highlights. I do have a Nova 1 that I grabbed too. It's probably in that pile somewhere, but I did grab that a higher grade than the one that I had previously. I did have one that I thought was about a 9, but I noticed it had color touch on it, so I ended up selling it. And then this one, hopefully it doesn't have color touch. I didn't see anything on it, but that one I'll get regraded and sell the lower graded one. Maybe hold on to it for a while. But overall, I really enjoyed Baltimore. The comic convention was great. It's great because it's full of so many comics, and you can do a lot of hunting, and there are people there that are there to just sell the books, get rid of as much as they can, and there's obviously the people that like to wheel and deal, but you just navigate your way through it. It was pretty good. So Longbox and I are thinking about, where should we go next? We heard people talking about Heroes Con. We talked to the people from Heroes Con at their booth a lot, and we scored some great books from them, and so we were like, maybe we'll go there. We were going to go to New York Comic Con, but just the logistics around it just seems overly complicated, and so we weren't sure if we wanted to do it or not, and obviously it's super expensive too. And so, at that point, I would want to be going in probably with a decent amount of money, knowing that I should probably be hunting for something and get a good price for it. So maybe we will go to Heroes next year. Has anyone been? Let me know down in the comments. Has anyone gone to NYCC? Would you rather go to Heroes, New York Comic Con? Let me know. And also let me know about the books that I grabbed. Do you think I got a good deal on them? Would you have grabbed those? Would you have just held a little bit more? But let me know. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for future content. And if you liked it, please also give a thumbs up. And I'll talk to y'all soon. See ya.